Hello and welcome to another special episode of 101 as we chat with millennials who are making a difference by using opportunities presented to them in this world of digital. My name is Elsie Godwin. Bamidele Olalekan, popularly known as King Pexxie, with over 24 awards, is a household name in the Nigerian entertainment and legal section, as he had carved a niche for himself over the years. His presence and noteworthy contribution to the social media sphere in Nigeria and Africa landed him as the fourth most influential young Nigerian of 2018, and also got him on the #4 spot on a high-profile list called the Top 17 Young Social Media Influencer of 2017. He is a graduate of the Great Afe Babalola University, where he gained his LLB degree and further went to obtain his BL in the Nigerian Law School, which then landed him a spot in the Nigerian Bar Association after a successful call to bar ceremony. His strong prowess in online marketing, brand building, and entertainment has made him private lawyer to so many Nigerian entertainment superstars. He also touches on the need for the right laws to maintain orderliness in the digital space. Hi, Bamidele. Thank you for joining us at Plus TV Africa.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, at 24, you have won over 24 awards. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's pretty exciting, but then, I mean, I still believe there's still room to accomplish more.
So how much more are we expecting?
Pretty much more to fill up a room.
Okay, so you're a digital marketer, you're a lawyer, you're a brand builder, you're an influencer. I mean, let us into your journey to being a social influencer and all you do right now.
Well, I mean, saying it now, it sounds like a whole lot, but it all started basically in 2010 when I was, I was in uni then. So, I mean, I was always organizing social events, or I was doing social gathering, and I mean, I was the social directors at then, so I had keen interest in social media, and then, you know, it didn't seem like a surprise when I started, you know, promoting for people in school, like, you know what, you have a song you want to release, let me help you, you know, tell people to download, let me get downloads and all that. And then, you know, over time, 2014, 2015, it became something that was sort of, you know, paying, and I'm like, you know, this could be a career. Then I decided to just dive into it, basically, so. Okay,
has it affected your normal career, as people like to call it, as a lawyer?
Affected? No, I wouldn't say it has affected it, but then, I mean, it just makes people feel like, this one that is doing entertainment like this, can he be a serious lawyer, you know? But I mean, I've been able to, you know, find the kind of balance between both of them, so. Okay,
you're a brand ambassador.
Yes.
Not many influencers are brand ambassadors in this part of the world, right? So what did you think you do differently?
What do I think I do differently? Well, I would say when it comes to me being a brand ambassador, that's just basically because of the kind of principles I've been able to set in place for myself, you know. I'm really able to position myself amongst most other people. So that's basically a kind of advantage that I have.
So what are these principles?
Well, I'm always putting morality first, definitely. I don't clout chase for attention. I basically feel like I represent what most brands want to look for, or basically want to achieve themselves with. So yeah, pretty much that would be it.
All right, you started an online initiative to educate Nigerians about their rights as citizens of the country.
Yes,
what was the drive behind that, and how are people accepting that?
Oh, okay, that was 2018. I started this Tuesday teachings, basically where I teach people like the legal backings and then legal aspects of various things. I did one about you asking if you could sue someone for promising to marry and then not marrying the person.
You also did one about suing your employer for
suing terminating your employment, you know, already. Yeah, and I felt like, you know, most people don't actually know like the rights in Nigeria to start with. There are so many fundamental human rights that we're not even aware of, you know, as Nigerians. And I felt like, you know what, I could as well educate one or two people with my platform to let me know, you know what, police don't have to stop you and search your phone. It's actually legal. It's out of their jurisdiction to do that, you know, except on reasonable circumstances. A guy that you've been dating for a while that decides to marry and then decides to break it, you can actually sue him for breach of promise to marry, you know. So these are like things that people actually overlook because they're not aware about them. And I feel like when you educate people and when you educate a generation, sort of, you know, avoid future problems, you know, tending to happen. So I just felt like that was a platform to actually try and educate people.
Okay. I know people will be interested in the part where you said the police are not supposed to just stop you and search your phone. That is illegal.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to explain that?
Okay, so basically, the rights of the police and the powers of the police, they have the power to actually, stop and search. They have the power to, come into your premise, actually search upon having a warranty. But your phone is a personal property, and then actually them searching your phone, sort of, negates your right to privacy.
Okay.
So, I mean, even like the Commissioner of Police, I said it countless of times that they don't have a right to search your phone, but the Nigerian police, being Nigerian police, they always just want to, basically do what they feel they need to do at that particular time, even though it's infringing on your fundamental human right as a person.
So let's talk about brands and influencers. How would you describe the relationship between them right now?
Fruitful. I would say it's fruitful in the sense that, I mean, most influencers have the platform, the brands have the product, and then the influencers, and then basically they can both come to like a center stage to actually collaborate and then reach out to the audience. So I feel like it's a fruitful relationship that can still be worked on for like better enjoyment for both parties.
What areas do you expect them to work on?
Remuneration, freedom to create, because most brands don't give you the chance to actually explore your creativity. They want to just dump a post down, post it on your page and then let it go. They don't actually give you the chance to actually create content that are tailored to actually entertain or fit into the kind of audience you have. So I feel like there's still space for them to actually do better. And then the remuneration part. You
already mentioned remuneration. I was going to go there, so we'll still expand on that. Do you think influencers in Nigeria are being paid what they are worth?
Nope, they are not being paid what they're worth. As a matter of fact, they are being underpaid, overworked, and over-delivering. I would say that, yes.
So what is the solution to this problem?
I feel the solution to the problem will be, brands actually emulating what other foreign brands are doing. I mean Nigerian brands. And I don't think the problem is the brand. I think most times it comes down to the agency. Okay. Pretty much. But they can actually do much more with the budget. The more budget you kind of ascertain to a particular influencer, the happier he would be willing, he or she would be willing to actually, sort of show your brand to their audience. Okay. So I feel like when you remunerate me a whole lot more better than you're doing now, I would be willing to go the extra mile, to actually represent your brand. So,
don't you think it's a case of the influencers not even understanding what they are worth? And if the agencies understand that, then they might want to use that to give them whatever they want to give them.
Well, I would not entirely agree to that, because I feel like even when you know what you're worth, with the kind of economic situation that we're in right now, for example, I'm meant to be charging 500,000 for this particular campaign. And then because you feel like, I need to pay bills, I need to sort this, I need to do, definitely, over time, you would start understand that, these things are going to make sense on the long run. But for the short term, I just want the money like, okay, I can always use this money to sort this XYZ at this particular time, so let me just go for this. But when you start saying no to some particular agencies, they sort of blacklist you in the sense that, if yours is too big for this, okay, it's fine. We'll get someone else that will pay, that will collect, and then there's always going to be someone out there that also still collect whatever it's they're offering at the moment. So part of the fall goes to the influencers, but then mostly goes to the brands that actually they can always pump up their budget. Pretty much.
All right, so you are a lawyer. Now I want to look at the space from the legal angle. We have cases of content theft, and then we have a case of defamation of character. Where do you think we'll get to in the next 2-3 years, especially with laws and being prosecuted for the kind of content or the kind of content you steal also?
Well, what I would say is, just like I would always say, Nigeria is basically for everybody, you feel. I don't think there are strict or stringent laws actually put in place to actually curb these kind of issues. Because I know that there was a particular time, I think recently, there was a student that I think drew something on the face of the president in school. And then the student was actually, jailed. And then there was also a time where I think there's a particular country, I'm not sure if it's Zimbabwe, where they actually they pay for internet usage, or they pay for social media usage. So I feel like because we don't have that kind of restrictions currently in Nigeria, there is really no way to actually put in laws in place to actually prevent stuff like that. And that's why most parties are a platform to sort of push out defamatory content or news about people. But because nothing is actually done about it, I'm not sure anybody's going to actually stop anytime for now. But when they pick a particular person as example, I feel like then we might begin to start finding a headway. But up until then, I feel like there's no legal effect as to that now, because where there's no law, there's no rule. So there's no strict law being followed in regards to that. So there's really nothing much that can actually be done.
Okay, so still on the legal angle, fake news, that's one serious issue that people have talked about. They've had seminars about trying to sensitize people on this issue of fake news. What more do you think we can do?
Honestly, there is still space to do more. There is still need for more sensitization. There's still need for more awareness. There's still need for, for them. And then I think there should be room also for like punishing people that actually peddle fake news. So you understand that it's actually a serious offense. Because fake news doesn't just start from, oh, okay, they said somebody's dead, the person's not dead. Fake news could also be, it could result in various, it could come in various forms, and I feel like when there's actually like, when there are like bodies or laws put in place, actually follows through to the end of them actually prosecuting whoever actually peddles fake news, and I feel like there is still a lot to be done, because people wouldn't take it to be a serious offense until they actually see someone being jailed for like 5 years, 2 years, or 3 years because of it. So yes, the law needs to be more strict in like with issues like this, not just on other issues. Yeah.
Okay. At least we agree that the digital space creates some level of jobs, right? And yes, there are people who want to be like King Pexxie, which is what they know you as, aside being called Bamidele Olalekan. That's the legal aspect. What advice would you give someone who wants to become an influencer today?
Well, first of all, you need to understand that it's not a walk in the park, because people actually take this as like a natural profession. It's not just the, oh, I have 5 followers, I have 10 followers, I want to start posting stuff. Yeah, like, I mean, it's becoming an actual profession that people actually get paid a whole lot of money for. So you need to first understand the space you're going into, then pick a platform as to, okay, I want to sell myself as a model, for example. If what platform do I want to actually bank on? That's going to be Instagram. So you have to like understand what you're looking to achieve on social media, the platform, and then create your audience, and then understand your audience too. So I mean, those are like things that first of all sit down and understand. Then once you're able to like conquer that particular part, then every other thing just follows.
All right, thank you so much, Bamidele, for being part of us at Pexxie Africa.
Thank you so very much.
Welcome back. This is Plus TV Africa. Next up is this conversation with the foremost female tech influencer in Nigeria, Tobi Ayeni, popularly known as Miss Techy. Tobi Ayeni is an entrepreneur, a techie, and a seasoned digital strategist. She has worked across multiple marketing disciplines in both large and small PR and advertising, bridging the gap between data, influence, and branded content. Her passion for technology propelled her to launch Miss Techy Media, Nigeria's foremost female tech blog. Her platform has worked with different multinational brands, including Google, Samsung Mobile, Nokia, and Microsoft, and has also landed her coverage on platforms like Y Niger, Guardian, and CNN. Hi, Tobi. Thank you for joining us at Plus TV Africa.
Yeah, thank you, Elsie.
Okay, so being the only female tech vlogger right now in the industry, how did it start for you, and how is the space treating you?
Of course, treating me well. And how it started for me, I was once a digital strategist at a marketing agency in Lagos. And because of that, I was introduced to that, marketing world, where we engage influencers like myself. And I just thought to myself, I had a passion for tech, and I saw what we were paying others then, and I felt, why can't I do something like this? Why can't I be a tech influencer? And so it started at that time when I was working, when I was engaging with my 9 to 5, and so far so good. It's been going well. I mean, I make money even more than what I do make on my 9 to 5.
So it's safe to say you joined the tech platforms because you knew the kind of money that your company then was paying out to them?
Okay, so I'd say because of my passion. I mean, when I was in my university days, I used to fix people's laptops, and I didn't think it was something I needed to broadcast, right? So I was just doing it because, I love doing it. So girls would come, bring their laptops, and I'll just do it. But when I realized I could actually make money from sharing information that I thought I had then, yeah, I had to jump on it. So first off, I think I started because of my passion. Then of course the money is like the icing on the cake.
Okay.
But yeah.
So did you have to undergo any form of training for you to be able to have like a very well properly laid vlog?
Sadly, no. Okay. So everything that I've learned now is actually self-taught. Okay. The good thing about the internet is there's a lot of information. If you want to become anything today, you can actually be, thanks to the internet. So for the times that used to fix people's laptops in my university days. I'll just go on Google, search for it, and yeah. So you can say that I had the flair, because the truth is these girls too could do that, but they were not just interested, right? So I was interested, and I was willing to go the extra mile to find that information to fix the laptop. So you could say I was self-taught, even up till now. Yes, I know a couple of things about coding. I know how to code, I know how to, but everything is actually self-taught. I didn't go to any school whatsoever to learn.
Okay, so what's your average cost for a vlog post?
Okay, so it depends, but you know, it's usually, for now, it's usually within 200, 300,000 naira.
For just one vlog post?
For just one video on YouTube.
So if the video is supposed to go to Instagram, Twitter, and for you to do some form of promotion, what is that going to be?
So, you know, there are like packages. So if it's just social media, it's way lesser. Okay. It's usually 50, 100, depending on who is asking, right? If it's a YouTube video, yes, it's about above 200,000. But if it's combined, then it's also above 200,000.
Okay, so why is the YouTube videos more expensive? Because I can say, okay, so I wanted to just do a video for me and put it on your IGTV, that's the Instagram platform, or just put it on Facebook. I want to believe it's the same process you go through to put it, to create a content for YouTube or Facebook. They're all the same, right? So why the difference?
Well, Instagram, Facebook, they're just like 1 minute. So Instagram encourages you to post 1 minute. You can, you know, divide it and make a collage, but it's usually 1 minute videos. So that is lesser, right? And it just, I don't know, it feels, for Instagram, I could easily use my phone because I don't really need so much. But for YouTube, I need to bring my A game. Okay. Because it's usually longer, and people would definitely comment. If it's bad, you're going to see, like, people would have negative reactions. So, but Instagram is a lot more like, you know, your friends. It doesn't really give that room for negative reactions. I hardly see, except if they are real celebrities. But normal people that are just putting out content, I hardly see any, you know, negative reactions. So for YouTube, we need to bring our A game. For Instagram, maybe not really. Although I'm very, you know, precise with my work, so I like to. But like I said, the major reason why these things, why Instagram platform is a lot more expensive, I mean, it's lesser than YouTube, is because it's usually 1 minute, whereas YouTube goes for over 1 minute, sometimes 4 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, depending on the type of video.
Okay, as a content creator, what is the major challenge you're facing right now in the influencer space and the digital marketing industry?
Okay, I could go on with that question, but one major thing is data, and not data for myself, data for Nigerians. So it's, you know how expensive data is. So currently I use an unlimited data plan, meaning that I don't need to worry about data. But the average Nigerian who would probably watch my video still has like an issue buying data. They would need to buy like 1,000 and need to use it for a month, right? So for me, after putting in so much work, you know, because I like to, in quotes, do serere in my videos. After putting in that much work and only few people would watch it, it affects me the next time I want to post another video. And the only reason why these people are not watching it is because, first of all, they think, oh, I don't have data to watch, right? Second thing is, oh, I'm not really interested in that phone. Why should I watch, right? Whereas in developed countries, it's not the same. People actually watch videos because they want to, they like the person's face, right? I see comments on other influencers, tech influencers in the abroad, and they're like, oh, I just like your face, I like your voice, that's all. Right? Because they have access to data. They can actually watch these videos without feeling it in their pocket. But for Nigerians, it's way different. The only market that has that, you know, advantage is the comic market. That's, you know, comedy.
Everybody wants to laugh.
You know, because we're going through a lot of stuff in Nigeria. So, I mean, so those are the only people that actually enjoy what we have, like content marketing in Nigeria. But for tech influencers, maybe not so, because, you know, Nigerians are trying to save data and they will not watch your video except they need that information, except they need to buy that phone.
So on the average, what's the percentage of people who watch your video in Nigeria? Because I know there was some data one time that said we have more people watching from outside Nigeria than back home in Nigeria. So what's the percentage like right now?
So because most of the things that I review are slightly Nigerian based, like the products that I review are mostly based in Africa. Okay. They're not like a global brand. Okay. So for now, I still have about, last I checked, it was, I think 60-40. So 60% Nigerians. But the problem is the watch time is terrible. So there's an analytics called watch time on YouTube that shows you the minutes these guys are watching your videos.
If they're just starting and
just leaving, right? And the watch time is usually, so for a 4-minute video, the watch time is usually about 1 minute plus, which is bad for my videos. Which brings me down to the problem of data, right? I mean, why would you want to watch just 1 minute? Why can't you watch everything? But because of data, these people have to, fast forward and just go to the most important part and leave, right? So sadly.
Okay, so there are people who are trying to find their own space in this digital space, right? They want to be able to get something out of it. I mean, you've mentioned 200K. If I know I can get that from doing just one video, I'd rather do that and not stress myself, right? So what advice would you give someone who wants to be a professional vlogger?
First thing, do not do it for money.
But you did it for money?
No, I did it because I was passionate. Right?
The
money was the icing.
Okay.
But I felt at that point I knew that there was nobody, there was no female doing anything significant within the tech blogging space. I felt it was something I could do, right? Okay. Because I love tech. So the passion came true. And it's the passion that made me stick, because immediately I started, there wasn't any money coming at all. But it was the passion that made me, have that drive to see that I get to that, top. Okay. Right. So I'd say for anybody that is looking to start anything, digital marketing, influencer, or anything that has to do with the online space, you have to first look at what you are passionate about. You can't be the jack of all trade, right? Even if we have people that are actually doing everything. But if you want to be popular, or if you want to be known, you have to pick a niche that you're very good at.
Something.
Yeah. So I have to know that, okay, when it comes to travels, there's this platform. When it comes to lifestyle, there's this platform. So you can't just do everything. So if you're looking to start because of money, there's a big chance that you're going to fall along the line, because money is not going to come immediately you start. You have to put in a lot of work. And then
so aside passion, what else? Okay, let me break it down, because our time is almost up. So
all right.
Give us 3 tools that works for you, that makes your work easy as a vlogger. Tools for making your work easy. So I use more of analytics a lot, because you have to be strategic. Since I know that, okay, people watch my videos 1 minute, they only pick 1 minute, I try to make sure the intro of my videos are catchy enough to engage you, right? So that's to improve my watch time. Another thing that I also do is to look at what people are doing, right? To see what people are doing in developed countries and trying to incorporate it. It's not like copy, but try to look at 1 or 2 things that work in developed countries and what people are using over there, and try to incorporate it in my videos. So that's why most of the time, if you've watched my video, you see that I incorporate twins, right? And I also try not to follow the standard, I have to be serious because I'm a tech influencer. It means I have to act a certain way. No, I didn't do that. So I looked at my market and I realized that people loved comedy videos, because why? They could laugh. So why not tie comedy to some of my videos? Which is why I started incorporating, most of, these funny things in my videos. Because I needed to make, and that's an understanding of the market, I needed to make Nigerians fall in love, right? And since I know that they already love comedy videos, why not just tie what I think would, attract them? So yeah, I think 3 things: be strategic in your plans, look at your market and see what is working and apply it, and also have an understanding of what people are doing in developed countries to see if you can pick 1 or 2 ideas from them and add to yours. All right, thank you so much for speaking with us at Plus TV Africa, Tobi.
Thank you so much.
That's it on this episode. Stay tuned to Plus TV Africa as we bring you more interesting conversations with your favorite digital marketers to inspire you. Don't forget to follow us at Plus TV Africa on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa. My name is Elsie Godwin.